Oh, hello there, Jimmie. You're just in time to watch me perform my latest fascinating experiment.
Gee willikers, Mr. Science! I'm always fascinated by your experiments. Which one are you going to perform today?
Well, Jimmie, today we're going to observe what happens when we look at a 50-year-old mercury amalgam filling vaporizing mercury from an old extracted tooth right here in the laboratory.
Wow-wee, Mr. Science! I didn't know mercury was in silver fillings. I don't understand.
Well, it's really not as complicated as it sounds. You see, each chemical property has its own particular temperature at which it changes from a solid to a liquid and then to a gas. And this vapor is the form of a gas vapor that mercury is converting into at body temperature.
Holy mackerel, Mr. Science! You mean mercury evaporates from an amalgam filling? I don't get it!
That's right, Jimmie. I'm sure it'll all become very clear to you after you've observed today's experiment. Now, in order to see what happens when mercury converts to a vapor, we must first prepare our laboratory equipment to heat it to 98.6 degrees. Here, let's put on our gas mask so we don't inhale the vapor, because it is quite poisonous.
Gosh, Mr. Science! What's that piece of laboratory equipment you're using that makes everything glow?
This device is called a miner's light. Now, it works like a black light, Jimmie.
A black light? Holy cow! What'll I tell the kids at school I've seen one of those right here in the lab?
Now, just try to keep your enthusiasm under control, son. We still haven't gotten to the most amazing part. Watch what happens when I hold this tooth with the mercury amalgam filling in front of the black light.
Great jumping catfish! The vapor's already coming off the tooth! I guess it means it turns into a vapor at room temperature too! Right, Mr. Science?
Why, that's correct, Jimmie. You see, mercury is a liquid all the way down to about minus 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, if you'll look closely, you can see more vapor rising from the mercury filling as I run warm water over the filling, making the temperature up past body temperature to about 110 degrees, about the temperature of a nice hot beverage.
Dowee two-shoes, Mr. Science! That stuff looks an awful lot like cigarette smoke! You mean this vapor stuff is coming off an old silver filling? Those ones that kind of turn black after a while?
Yes, Jimmie, that's right. Those fillings that are called silver fillings really have very little silver in them. They're actually about 52% mercury. They also use a form of mercury in vaccines and medications as well.
Golly, Mr. Science! Does that vapor come off when the filling is new, too?
Yes, Jimmie, it does, all the time.
And it's poisonous, too?
That's right, Jimmie.
But Mr. Science! Why do they put poisonous stuff into our mouths and into our vaccines when they know it's poisonous?
That's a very good question, Jimmie. I wish I knew.